So let's navigate to the stock photos. Choose a category of pictures. You can do food, a country, um, some kind of category. I chose India. So let me open up all these. Photos of India. And I've got to figure out which one do I want to be the background. My plan is to take 3 pictures and put them over a larger picture. And I'm thinking right now probably for that the Taj Mahal would be my best choice. So let's find out what size the Taj Mahal is. Okay, it's about 6 inches and 3/4, 372 pixels by 46. And we want to make all these so that they'll fit inside. We're going to use actions for this. Actions are a good way to do the same thing to multiple images without having to do it over and over and over again. And let me make sure we have kind of a landscape view of all these. Okay, so let's choose one. Let's choose this one. We'll go into Window, Actions, and we want a new action. Now, what's going to happen here is once we click record, a little red button will come on down here in actions. And it's recording everything that we do until we play the stop, hit the stop button. So let's say I want this one to image size, and we want to take it and make it the width about 1.6. So that we can fit it into that other picture. And we also want to change the canvas size. And make this one about, I'm surprised it's not 1.6, but whatever. Oh, we just want to be uniform here, so let's chop a little bit off. And let's do all the stuff that we need to do to it. We can adjust the levels, make it kind of nice. And a lot of color here. Okay, so now we've got a picture that we want to slide into the Taj Mahal picture. Let's just stop it right there. So we should be able to click on this one, put it on the levels. Make sure you have it, because look at all these. I use levels quite a bit. Make sure you have it on the one that you want it to be on. We called it size 3. Then you hit the go button, and lo and behold, there we go. It should be exactly the same size. So it's going to be a little tougher, because we need to do a landscape here first, don't we? Oh, that's original. Sorry. Now we need to crop it anyway. Get rid of that. There we go. That's our background. We're not going to change that. Here we go. We want to do it to this one. This one's going to change drastically. Once again, size 3. And hit that button, and boom. There we go. I know it looks smaller, but that's all just visual. I mean, if we double-click it, double-click anything, those are all views. Those aren't real sizes. You know, you can make them smaller, make them bigger, whatever. So let's see what happens. We'll click on one of the images, and we can go over here and just grab it and drop it right there on our image. Have to arrange these somehow. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about this, but we'll figure it out. Take another one. Take the guy with the snake, and boom, drop him on there. Take another one. Boom, drop it on there. So now we have 3 photos. Why I don't feel good about this is it doesn't really, they don't jump out. These pictures blend in too much. There's a place for blending, and there's a place for not blending. And I don't want these to blend. I want them to stick out, because they look like they're there, and there's no reason for them to be there. So let's put a frame and a drop shadow around each of these. Here's how we're going to do that. We select the layer, and if we take the magic wand with this layer selected, what's going to happen is only what's outside of this layer will be selected. Remember, we're in layers. Each layer is its own individual picture. So now I've selected everything outside of that picture. To make it easier to see, we'll get rid of these. We'll select inverse. We will take our selection and modify it by expanding it. Let's expand it 9 pixels. And now we could probably click here with our bucket, and that might just, depending on how our tolerance settings are, it might just give us a nice little frame. But I want to do something a little better than that. I want to have a frame that I can bevel and emboss. So go new layer. Take it now, and if we find a nice color we like, drop it in there and it'll paint over. But don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. because we can always move this layer above it. Now, here's the trick. Here's a good part. We'll click here again. Remember, these are layers. That's a layer. Okay? If we get rid of that layer, then we can click again and go select inverse, go back to this layer. Ooh, what's going to happen if we hit delete now? We'll have a nice frame. We'll have a frame around that picture. Let's bevel it and emboss it. So it's a layer style. Bevel and emboss. And rarely does the default actually do what you want it to do. Let's just play with it until we get what we want. Remember, you have all kinds of stuff you can play with here. I chose the emboss. That gives us kind of a nice, like it stands out. And let's see what that looks like by putting our folder back, our picture back. And now, oh, what a drag. We have to do that for every single picture. Or do we? Well, we don't. What we can do is just duplicate this layer. So we need 3. And we'll duplicate it. Boom. And boom. And we'll just move it underneath. Each one, we want to be underneath a layer. And all we do now is we'll take those, move them to the appropriate spots. And let me see. This one here. Actually, we want to have the, I guess we want them above. Can't really tell. So let's move those above the pictures and see if that does it for it. Oh boy, this one here goes there. Yeah. Which one is this one? This one here. Yep. Let's move that above that and see if that looks better. Oh, definitely. So let's find this one here and move that above that one, and there we go. And so now we have our 3 pictures, and you know, we can move those around. I don't know why not. The best way to do that is to just isolate, you know, that picture. Let me see this picture or this one. So turn off everything else. And merge visible. Oops. Actually has to be selected to merge it. So let's merge visible. Now we have a picture and we can scoot this thing around. And you can do that for all of them. And let's put that in the right place. And merge visible. It's another one and the last one. Here we go. Make sure guys in the right place. Oops. And merge visible. And there we go. We have 3 pictures. And now we can kind of arrange them. We can really figure out, I want this one more there. Let's put this one kind of up here, down there, I don't know. And just play with them until you figure it out. And we're going to take, and once again we can do a little writing up here, and I think it would be appropriate to write India. Find something a little exotic if we can. And you can just go down the little arrow. That's a little too exotic here. Little arrow until you find something that you think would work. Okay. Cooper black. Now I'm thinking that's not going to work. Okay. Engravers. MT. And click. Number, select all. Then select all. It's a bit large for us. See how this looks. Okay, let's do some fancy stuff to it. I'm going to do layer things. Do we want to bevel and emboss? Outer glow, perhaps. We can change these. And let's see if done something. And you look at it and you go, I don't like that yellow. Okay? You just go here to this F, click on it, and redo it. Do anything you want. That's the beauty about Photoshop. There we go. And you know what? I think I do want a little bit of something here. Let me see their style. Let's do a little bit of bevel and emboss just to make it stand out. It's not quite standing out. Yeah, like that. Okay. Last thing we want to do is resize it before we save it. 4 inches. Try to keep these 4 or 5 inches at the maximum height or width. And we're going to save it for web. With pictures, you want to use JPEG. Medium's a good choice. Low tends to add noise. Maximum or high is a little bit too much. You don't need that much. And of course, this is Photoshop 3 saved in my folder. Now you get to have fun. Do something on your own. It's time for the final project. I don't want you to copy what we've done. I want you to do something interesting, something that is yours, something that is unique, and use as many of the techniques as you can that you've learned and that you've taught yourself.